guys, what's up? It's me, Amy from Vagabond Youth.
Time change, we're different.
Today we are doing an AM with Amy, which is my Get Ready With Me series where we just chit chat about things we want to talk about. And normally it's just me, but today we have a special guest. His name is Diego, and he's one of my closest friends here in LA. And what better guest to kick off the series with? This is going to be happening every Monday from now on. So please tune in, and we're just going to get into it. Yeah, let's go.
That was cute.
This is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra-Longwear Foundation, and thank you so much to whoever let me know that this actually has a pump and is a lot more sanitary because I was not using it that way.
I'm using the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer in Radiance. I'm going for like a dewy bronzy look, so this really does it for me. And since I am going for that look, I'm using the Infallible Pro Glow, and I'm using finger application on all of this.
Diego is actually home from school, just for a quick little moment, as Diego would say.
I know, it was quite it's a moment, girl. It was quite random too, but we had planned to see one another.
Yes.
It was either gonna be you driving up there or me coming down here.
Yes, and Diego is one of my closest best friends in LA, and I met him at a time where I was really needing some new friends, just because everyone that was in my life was really quite toxic. And I'll be honest, I was in a very broken place when we first met. I'm sure Diego could tell because I would randomly start crying. But yeah, I think like that's why we're such good friends also, because he was able to see me in a lot of bad times. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was a rough patch.
Yeah.
But
last year for sure. This time last year, woo!
So different.
Yeah. And that was when I posted my Getting Personal With You video, and I had just met Diego then, like just casually met him, and you know, I didn't really think much of his presence just because he didn't actually talk that much to me. But then he texted me randomly at like 11 p.m.
I know.
And he was like, Amy, like I would just watch your Getting Personal video, like it was just a really nice message, and it just kind of came out of left field for me. And I feel like people don't really do that anymore, especially when you're not close to somebody. And so I was really touched when Diego did that. And I asked him to hang out with me. Like, what did we do?
We consecutively hung out for 3 days.
Yeah, and not on purpose. Like, it just kind of happened. But at the same time, it was like, it must have been on purpose because we liked each other so much.
I know.
That feels like eons ago.
It does, but then sometimes it feels so short. It like fluctuates. And yesterday, like, coming home, like, I didn't realize how much I missed you.
Yeah, and you started crying.
I know. It was such a vulnerable moment. It hadn't hit me, like I wasn't homesick while I was out there, but coming back was just like, damn, like, this is my family, my life, like, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And by family and life, I'm not only talking about biological family, but you and Comey as well. And
oh my gosh, I still think I look so white. Why? I got tan in New Orleans.
Don't worry, the bronze will help.
Yeah, I got tan in New Orleans. Oh my god, I usually bronze after I do my eyes, but I'm like a ghost right now. Anyways, yeah, so Diego is 2 years younger than me because he's obviously, you know, transferred to Berkeley. Right. Which we're really proud of because if you guys didn't know, Diego comes from a really like interesting background. He's Mexican, and he's also undocumented, and he's also gay. So just a lot of intersectionality going on in there.
So much, girl.
Yeah, a lot of representation. And Berkeley is an amazing school. So if you see Diego on campus, holla.
Holla, please.
Yeah.
Show me around. Show me your favorite spots.
And Diego is also like, he's probably one of my most authentic friends. He's so himself, and he's so, some would say, extra.
Oh, some would.
You guys know I've talked about this in the past, like that's something that I really prize, and it's something I really admire in people. And so when I get to see it like shining so brightly like through someone like Diego, I'm like, I want to be near you all the time.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you think it means to be authentic, Diego?
I think living without constraints beyond what's physical, like mental constraints, I think in a simpler form is like not giving a fuck, not caring. I think that's when you genuinely start living most authentically.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But with that also comes so much self-love.
Yeah.
It has to come from that. Everyone's in their own world, in their own mind, so you have to know yourself and know that the comments that are coming at you
are
you know?
never really personal. Yeah. I think it's staying grounded. Being authentic to me means like living your truth. I know that sounds really ambiguous and vague, like what is my truth, right? But I think that's actually the whole point of life, like figuring out what your truth is. I think truth in like a very broad sense is just basically doing whatever feels right with the heart, whatever fuels your respect and your integrity, whatever just kind of feeds your soul, I guess. That's kind of living your truth. I'm someone who cannot lie. Like I can't even do a white lie. Like it will literally I'll be like flinching, like
no,
white
yeah,
lie.
you can't, no.
Yeah, and I think like that's in a literal sense where I have to, my truth is to actually be truthful all the time. Like, anything that kind of goes against that is what is me being false, if that makes any sense. That's very literal because I really can't say anything but the truth.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amy is one of the most truthful and authentic persons I've ever met. Because you're one of like the few people that don't give a fuck about saying their opinion, speaking up for whatever it is that you believe in. So that's something I admire from you a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you've taught me a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like head boil and egg.
Oh my god, I knew you were gonna bring that up. I'm so mad. It's cancelled.
The show is cancelled.
The egg was fine.
Yeah, the egg
That's
was
all I'm
fine.
saying.
Yes, the egg was fine.
Over it.
I'm sure you're amazing boiling eggs up in Berkeley
I
now.
am, girl. I am. Just you wait.
Come on. I need a poached egg.
Oh, girl, you're gonna have them.
It's like our inside joke because I'm always cooking for Diego, and he kind of told me he cooks, but I didn't know what extent, like to what extent he's actually cooking. And then he was like, oh, let me cook, you know, what do you want? I was like, oh, you could just boil some eggs for me. And he had no idea how to do it.
I'm getting dragged now.
But it's okay. He knows how to, he's gonna know how to poach an egg now.
Well, you know what? Since I've been at Berkeley, I've cooked the most I've ever cooked.
Yeah.
Even though I have a meal plan, not that this matters, I guess, but I've been cooking a lot.
Alright, so what I just did is I'm using this brand new Marc Jacobs eye palette, and what's crazy is that when I was 17 or 18, Marc Jacobs had just launched the beauty product line, and as soon as it came out, I spent $60 probably to $70 on this and a lipstick, and it killed my earnings for the week because I was like a part-time tutor, and they sent me the whole box of eyeshadow palettes now, and I was freaking out because 17-year-old me would have been losing her shit. So thank you to Marc Jacobs for sending this to me. I had this literal eyeshadow palette. I think it's in my parents' house in Cerritos because I didn't pack it. Just because I have so many palettes, but yes! So I'm gonna use these 3. I already put this one all over with the finger, and I love this shade so much. This one's beautiful.
Well, this isn't Marc Jacobs, but I'm using the Sigma palette, and I'm actually going in with the shade Innocent, which, how would you describe it? Like pink pastel?
Yeah, like a mauve?
Mauve.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna go bronzy, but then I've been loving this matte eye.
So growing up in LA,
oh yeah,
Mexican and gay, like how would you say, how easy was it to be yourself, do you think?
I wouldn't say it was easy at all. Although like my family was very loving and supportive, it was so much more like outside like influences that like
made it difficult.
Yeah, that made it difficult.
Literally so pigmented.
No. Not only that, but you actually finished my sentences.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I've noticed that. But anyway, no, it was difficult. I dealt with a lot of identity issues, and in the way I expressed myself and the way I would dress, and like it started off being like I didn't feel like myself, which is why I was so discomforted during high school. And then that's when I started like slowly getting introduced to like homosexuality, as in like more culturally, not just like, oh, it's bad, you know, from other people. It was like, no, like there's a culture to it, there's people to it, and it's beautiful. And then at the time I had a girlfriend at the time, and we broke it off because I wasn't living authentically, and it was like doing a disservice to not only myself, but mainly her.
To her, yeah.
To her, huge disservice.
How old were you?
I was around 15, 16.
Okay, 15, 16 that you broke up with your girlfriend, and then
Yeah. And then
when did you, like, growing up, when is your earliest memory of knowing that something was like different? Like,
I remember.
Not as everyone was, you know, like how society puts it, like every love is supposed to be heteronormative and heterosexual. What was the first memory of you being like not that way?
I have two, and around the same age. I was in second grade, and then I remember having a crush on this guy. Like, I just thinking about this guy a lot in my class.
Oh.
Like, very vividly, I remember that. So then I knew, like, that wasn't really, something just didn't, like, click, right? Like, I was like, oh, like, I don't think anyone else can talk about this, you know?
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't know how to, I didn't know how to process it. And shortly after that, I remember, like, really being into more, like, of my girlfriends. And then that's when I, like, knew I was like, I vibe with them more than I vibe with, like
straight guys.
Straight guys, yeah.
I see. Well, I know this, but did you ever come out, like, to your parents? And, like, how was that like?
I did. I came out to them, and honestly, being truthful, my mom didn't take it that well, but my dad took it really well. Like, he was, like, so supportive. He was like, gonna love you, you know, regardless of anything. But for my mom, it was kind of more like, this was like, because I came out when I was 18, like, verbally came out. Like, and then, because they knew, I feel like parents always know their children. Like, come on. Like,
I think
girl.
something I want to say is with a lot of my, like, gay friends, not that I have a lot, but something that I noticed is that, like, they're coming out, it's almost more, in their head, it's so much bigger than it actually is, but in reality, all your loved ones that know you very well can already kind of sense it. You know, it's not usually a big surprise when one of my friends comes out gay. It's just like, I was just waiting for you to tell me.
Right.
You know? Yeah. And, like, I think a lot of gay people struggle with thinking that it's such a big deal, as if no one really knew, and they're really good at hiding it. But truth is, like, your sister or your best friend probably already knows.
It was more difficult for my mom to process that at first, but then at that point I was more in, like, a very rebellious, like, don't give a fuck mode, and I respect my parents. I respected them so much, but it got to a point where I was just like, I wasn't having great rapport with them, we weren't communicating, and I didn't like that. So then I finally just told them, I was totally misreading her, because, like, later when she processed, like, a week and stuff, she was more worried about, like, outer world, like, being like,
how the world was going to treat you, how society was going to treat you, rather than how she was going to treat you.
Yeah, because, like, you know, they love me unconditionally. Like, they took it well compared to, like, all my friends that have, like, had experiences like that.
Yeah, and Diego's parents, like, they're sort of fluent in English, but very culturally Mexican. Yeah. And both of the backgrounds that we're from are kind of very actually homophobic, because Diego's parents are actually quite young. They're very loving and supportive people, which actually speaks volumes about who Diego is as a person, because he's also very loving.
But that was my experience, and once I got over that, it honestly does feel like weight off your shoulders, and I started experimenting with makeup more, and I loved it. Fashion, like, because before I was so punk, which was still rebellious, and, like, I would be
very
like
anarchist.
Yeah, like, yeah, actually very anarchist. And then now it's more like
like, I don't have to be hard. I can be soft and myself. Yeah,
I've embraced the softness. Like, there's so much, you know, machismo in Latin communities that, like, that shit, like, made me be like, oh, I have to be, like, masculine, like, in order to assert my, like, you know, my identity. And then it's like, nah, I'm gonna be glam and I'm gonna still kill it.
Yeah.
Like,
Diego's my most glam friend I know.
Oh my god, I love it. But you're glam too. Like, when you get glam.
But I think souls.
Oh.
Soul wise, you're the glam one.
Something that I would tell, like, people like me, it's like, there's people like Amy out there, like, people that will understand you and will love you unconditionally and listen to you. So if you're in a place like that, trust me, there's friends. Like, there's moments where I was like, where are people? Like, I don't have friends, you know? Like, you know, that I can feel like
genuine friends.
Genuine, authentic, you know? It was more like, hi, bye. Post college, that's what really post high school, my bad.
He's in college right now.
That's what really taught me, meeting you, Fong, and, like, Amina and people from college. That taught me what a best friend is and can be. So, thank you.
Oh, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Diego's also an ENFP.
Oh yeah, ENFP and a Taurus, if anyone's wondering out there.
Yeah.
We're taking this too far.
Yeah, he's a Taurus, and I'm an INTJ and Aquarius.
I messed up because I put the gloss before the matte. So.
We're gonna use Laura Mercier Face Illuminator. Yeah, Illuminator in Addiction. Something that helps me out when I'm thinking about how to be my truest self, or like live my truth, is that most people that we meet today in this day and age are not living their most authentic life. Knowing that most people you know and most people that walk this earth live not true to themselves is what motivates me to kind of break that. Also knowing that you're not alone, knowing that like you know, you feel like, oh, I can't live my authentic self. It's like, well, newsflash, a lot of people can't either.
What is this?
It's Laura Mercier.
Wait, Auntie Laura did that.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Damn.
Yes. Oh my gosh, let me put some on you. It's gold.
It looks like gold.
Wow. Okay, other side. It is so hot. Like, I feel the heat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like acne right here. I'm just gonna get acne right here.
But being vulnerable is not a sign of weakness. I think that's a huge like misconception.
Yes.
Being vulnerable is one of the most beautiful human experiences that you can allow yourself to have. So I would say be vulnerable and don't be afraid of, you know, searching those parts of yourself that you don't want to search for.
Yeah. Or that other people deem as not a strength.
Yeah. There's enough pressures, you know, from society. Like, why not give yourself one less by like being, you know, in tune with yourself.
Yeah. Maybe being authentically who you are right now is maybe someone that you don't want to be. You know, when people are in bad places, they are authentically kind of not their best selves. But I also feel like allowing that and expressing it is what allows you to kind of move on and like acknowledge and improve for the next step or the next chapter. So like last year I was in a very bad place, so I feel like for me to like acknowledge that, like that's the biggest thing, is acknowledge that my authentic self then was kind of broken, and acknowledging that and crying a lot is kind of what helped me be like, okay, like you're in a very bad place right now, you know, you're aware of it, let's see how we can adjust for improvement. Constantly moving at a pace where you're like, this is what I should be doing, this is who I should be, it's not sustainable, you know? Being whoever is your authentic self at a certain time and allowing for that is very important as well. This is the Glossier Cloud Paint, and Cloud Paint and Boy Brow are my favorite products. It comes out liquidy, and then I just dab.
I'm always and they were just like hit me.
No.
I was like that.
No.
Oh fuck it. This is the best it's gonna get. Ooh, you see how that lifts the eyes up?
Yes.
Okay, and then now I just have to, I'm basically done. I'm just gonna do, I think I'll do YSL gloss today.
This is Tansy by Colourpop, and it's unfortunately discontinued. Oh my god, I love this Illuminator by Mercier. Like the nose highlight, oh, the nose highlight's so cute.
Oh yeah, oh my god! Me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm like, you have some. Oh, it's so cute.
I think I'm finished.
Yay, me too.
Yay.
Okay, alrighty, we are done. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being my first guest.
Aw, thank you.
And everybody wish Diego a good 2 years at Berkeley.
Oh yeah, that's a while.
Kill shit.
Yes.
Wait, no. Kill that shit, I meant.
Yeah.
I'm not good at slang.
Okay, bye.
Bye.